What's going on, YouTube? How's it going, everyone? Hope you're having a good day. I'm back once again on the channel, and today we're going to be playing a Bandit Keith deck. I enjoy this deck. It is my version of a machine beatdown, because it essentially is. It's a machine beatdown. And without further ado, after I collect all my goodies, let's get right into the deck list. Bandit Keith, you have to use Bandit Keith because you have to use Sleight of Hand. Pairs very well with this deck. You can equip that card to a 7 completed. It's essentially what you draw. And you can equip that card to a machine-type monster every time your life points decrease by 1,500. And it's hidden in your wristband, so don't tell anyone. You can only use it twice per duel, but I've only ever used it twice per duel. Like, I've never had a situation where I've needed to use it more than twice. That makes sense. And you equip it to a machine-type monster. You can choose it to gain 700 attack or 700 defense. So it can be used if you need some defense as well. But most of the time, we will pick attack. So the deck list is I'm running 2 Twin Barrel Dragons. I use this card to try and clear the field. Target one card your opponent controls, toss a coin twice, and if the result is 2 heads, you can destroy it. Very good card for removing back rows or monsters, but sometimes you don't get the effect. Honestly, a lot of times you don't get the effect, so don't rely on it too much. It's in there because it's one of the stronger machine-type monsters, so decided to throw it in there. Also, it is a dark tribute. So, I'm running 2 Gen X Ally Power Cells. Other face-up monsters you control with the same attribute as this card gain 500 attack. So when Gen X Ally Power Cell is on the field as Twin Barrel Dragon, Twin Barrel Dragon will be 2,200 attack, and this guy will still stay at 1,700. That does not count for him unless you have another Gen X Ally Power Cell on the field. However, this Gen X Turbine, while you control this face-up card, all face-up Gen X monsters, you control gain 400 attack. This Gen X Turbine actually does allow itself to gain 400 attack. So this is an 1,800 attack monster. I don't know why Gen X Ally Parasol doesn't, but I guess that's just how they made them. I run 2 of these cards. You could actually run 3 if you wanted. If you have these cards, I would run 3 power cells in 3 of these. That would be the ideal situation, but I don't. So I don't. Machinist Sniper. His effect doesn't really matter because we don't run any other Machina monsters. He has 1,800 attack and 800 defense. He's in there because he's a powerful monster. Mechanical Chaser, a hunter that relentlessly pursues its target by order of the Machine King. He has 1,850 attack, and he is, I think, one of the strongest, if not the strongest, 4-star machine-type monster with 1,850 attack. So we run 2 Super Rush Headlongs, which you declare an attribute, select the attribute of the monster you're attacking or being attacked by, and you destroy that target in the battle step at the start of the damage step. Enemy controller, you can switch your opponent's monster's battle positions, or you can tribute one of your monsters and take one of theirs. That is handy sometimes. Mirror Wall. Each of your opponent's monsters that conduct an attack while this card was phased up on the field has its attack halved. During each of your standby phases, pay 2,000 life points or destroy this card. So the important part right here is the pay 2,000 life points part, because if you get a Mirror Wall on the field, you can pay the 2,000, and then you can activate Sleight of Hand. So I run 2 Mirror Walls for that very reason. Wall of Disruption. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, all attack position monsters your opponent controls lose 800 attack for each monster they control. So if they control 3 monsters, each monster loses 2,400 attack. If they control 2 monsters, 1,600 attack per monster, and 800 attack for the 1 monster if they control 1 monster. Windstorm changes the battle position of all face-up monsters your opponent controls. That's for defense. So basically, you're just running a bunch of powerful machines with a bunch of back row support. And then Sleight of Hand as your skill. So I was realizing here, I'm pretty sure you could throw in a Order to Charge, which honestly, I would have to try that. I feel like that might be helpful if you run 2 of them, but it would only be when you got Mechanical Chaser on the field, and I don't really know how often that is. So our first duel I'm going to show you guys is Bandit Keith versus Odeon. Very close duel. and I was worried about this one. I didn't think I was going to win, but, you know, I somehow won. Otherwise, I wouldn't be showing it to you, because I won. Yep. So, Odeon, Bandit Keith, the showdown of the century. I am going first. So this deck runs 21 cards. I feel like that's a pretty good medium. I don't really want to go over 22 most of the time. That's my rule of thumb. So I start out with Mechanical Chaser, a Super Rush, a Windstorm, I think, and a Gen X. So I started off with Mechanical Chaser because I wanted the stronger monster on the field. And he ends up double Goblin Thiefing me, double setting, and then Mask of the Accursing my Mechanical Chaser. So this entire game I was kind of locked down and I wasn't really enjoying it, but I tried to deal with it. So I attack directly with my Gen X Ally Power Cell, and he activates his Enchanted Javelin. So he takes basically no damage, since they both counter, and he does 200 to me with his chain reaction. Also, I have a couple Odeon decks that I have made. If you guys are interested in Odeon decks, I will put them at the end of the video, and you guys can click on it and be like, oh, this is an Odeon deck. Woo, yeah. Alright, so I end up Gen X Ally Power Selling, attacking again, and since this guy's on the field, both of them gain 500. I was able to pop my 7 completed. I equipped it to the prismatic one because I was showing off, of course. He activates 2 Nutrient Zs, so he gained 6,000 life points. I think 6,000 life points. So he was up at 9,000, and then he Hinotamas me. So I basically have 2 turns to win, because Master of the Curse won't kill me next turn, but it will kill me the turn after that. I just have to hope he does not draw any Goblin Thieves or Hinotamas or whatever. Anything that can do damage, essentially, or a face-down monster that can do damage. So this is where 7 completed came in handy. I realized that if I did not have 7 completed, I would have actually lost this because I would have done 1,400 life points damage less, and I would have just ended up losing. So I attacked directly with my 2,900 attack monster, and that is game. So I ended up beating this Odeon, thankfully. I was kind of worried. I didn't know if I would. And I'm going to go with Bandit Keith and Weevil. So I basically faced 2 burn decks right in a row here, and I was concerned about how this deck would do against burn decks because obviously there's no tribute monsters. There's no ritual monsters, so I can't get rid of like Mask of the Accursed or anything. But honestly, I think it worked out okay. This deck won 4 times in a row, lost once, so we basically... No, I think I won 4 times in a row and then lost. I just said that. Oh my god. So, out of 5 duels, I won 4 times. I got promoted to Plat Rank 2 with this deck, and I didn't play it at all after that, so I'm not really sure how I'd do after that, but if I got to Plat Rank 2 with it, I think I would be okay using it through Plat Rank probably 3. Yeah, I think once I got to 3, I think it'd start to kind of get a little hairy. So, of course, he gets a Parasite on the top of my deck. I summon it. I have to. I take 1,000 life points of damage. I summon my Gen X Power Cell, set an enemy controller, set a Mirror Wall, and I have a Machina Sniper in my hand. I get Mask of the Accursed on my Power Cell. I summon my Machina. I Windstorm. I attack into this Doom Dog with the Parasite because I knew it would probably not kill him. Because I wanted to get rid of the Mask of the Accursed because it's basically in a locked down spot because I don't have any tributes. So I Econ took his Doom Dog and then was able to attack directly with Machina Sniper. He Jade Insect whistles me right here. I guess he just wanted to use it to get it out of his hand because I didn't have any more Parasites in my deck, thankfully. So I get a Super Rush Headlong, set that for protection. I end my turn because I'm waiting to try and either get another enemy controller so I can attack directly, or I can end up getting another monster so I can basically guarantee myself game. Because what I was thinking here is that the Doom Dog was going to get a Lava Golem, and I already had 2 monsters on the field, so I didn't want to get Lava Golem because that would basically seal it if he had a Gravity Axe or if he had a Mask of the Accursed. So his Doomdog triggers, he actually picks up a Necrofear. So I was pretty happy about this because it didn't look like he was even running Lava Golem, and he just ends up quitting. He ended up timing out because I still had Mechanical Chaser left to attack. So he ended up scooping, and that was that game. So now we're going to go into Yami Yugi versus Bandit Keith. Kind of like the anime, you know, the anime, yeah. Yep. So this time, though, Bandit Keith actually wins. Haha. Bandit Keith versus Yami Yugi. I guess Bandit Keith would have gone against both Yami and Yugi Moto, but, you know, whatever. Same thing, same person, basically. Just kidding. So he's running balance. I am running enemy. I have enemy controller, Windstorm, Mechanical Chaser, and Power Cell in my hand. He said that my strategies were whatever. He said my strategies weren't good, basically. I wasn't too happy with that. So I summoned my Mechanical Chaser, set enemy controller, and set Windstorm. Of course, he opens up with the only Nobleman of Extermination he has and gets rid of my enemy controller. I'm kind of glad that he did that, though, because Windstorm was a little more important. So I decided to attack with my Gen X ally to try and do the most life point damage. However, he Draining Shields me, and for good reason, because he had a Yomi ship, and he destroys my Mechanical Chaser. So this guy's deck was a pretty trolly deck. Like, I make some trolly decks, but this guy's deck was a pretty trolly deck. This card is treated as normal. Just reading it. I don't think that card was really trolly, but I didn't like that I didn't draw into any back row protection, but I did like that I did 2,200 life points of damage to the guy. So he ends up setting his card. At this point, I'm thinking that he probably has Golden Apples, but he doesn't. He has Wall of Disruption, and that really disrupts my entire day. Get it? Disruption. Okay. So one of my monsters is at 0 attack. 2 of them are at 200. All he basically has to do is not attack me, and I will deck out because I don't have any tributes. However, he does not do that. He decides to attack into my Gen X ally Paracel, and I end up using my Sleight of Hand because he did 1,500 life points of damage. I summon my Machina Sniper, and I use the 7 completed on him. I shift them both to defense position to guard my life points, and I used it for attack. I think I already said that. So I attack over his little Cabazals. Sure, we'll go with that. So I end up being able to kill his Hammer Shark. I'm not really sure why he summoned it in attack position, since he didn't set a card. It wasn't like he was trying to bluff. And then he ended up quitting. So, yeah. I think those were 3 pretty quality duels. Like, the Odeon deck was for sure a decent deck, in my opinion, because I made a couple Odeon decks. The Weevil Underwood could have been a decent deck. I didn't see enough of it. And the last Yami Yugi deck, as well, it seemed like it could have won against a couple different decks. But I feel like mine just kind of countered it decently. Plus, if he wouldn't have attacked into me, I would have lost. So essentially, he almost won that. But if you guys are liking the content on the channel, please leave a like, comment what you want to see next, what deck, what video I can do, farming tutorials. I can do, like, I don't know, farming tutorials. I can do different, like, showcases. Like, I guess I could showcase all the card sleeves I have, make, like, a short minute-long video. I don't know. I don't know what you guys are interested in. Please let me know what you guys are interested in. It'd be very helpful. And that's basically all I have for today, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good day. See ya.